As you get started using Crosstracks, an important part of the setup process is to create the types of services that you offer and associate the billing rates and the billing items that you're going to charge your clients for. In another video, we'll go over the same set of services and how you designate how to pay your investigators. But this video is going to focus on the billing rates for the clients. To get started setting that up, click on Settings and then Invoice and Expense Items. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce my screen here so I can see these tabs. And I have these tabs open to make it easier to go from page to page so that we can show you exactly how this is set up. So if I click on Settings and then Invoice and Expense Items, it's going to take me to this screen, which is your Invoice and Expense Items list. What you'll see here is the invoice item rate and the expense item rate. The difference between these two columns, the invoice item is the amount you are going to charge the client. The expense is the amount you're going to pay the investigator. And as I mentioned, we'll go over that in a separate video. You have a couple of options here. You can add an invoice item. At that point, you're going to associate a case service with it. You don't have to, but if you want to do your billing that way, you certainly can. So you have the item name and then the name that you want to have it appear on the billing. How you bill for it. Is it each? Is it by hour or per minute? Then you can select the rate. If you have a tax rate, you can select from your tax rates that you have set up in the system. Those are also done through settings. Then you have a description of what that item is. So back here on our list, I want to show you where these apply on the client side. So if you were to go to Clients and then click on Client List, it's going to bring you to this screen. It has a list of all the clients that you do work for. In order to set up the billing rates for each client, you can do that here by clicking on the Manage Rate icons. I'm going to click on that. Now, if you have standard rates that you charge across the board for every single client, you don't have to worry about setting these individual client rates. This rate screen and the rates you enter will only apply to ABC Law Firm. If I go back out and I click on another client, then these rates for this client are only going to apply to that particular client. So if you charge one set of rates across the board, as I mentioned, you don't have to go through this process. Any items that are in the empty space will go to the default rate listed on your invoice item rate here. If you wanted to edit a rate for a client, you could click on the rate, select it, and then click the checkbox. If there's a tax rate for that particular item, you could select that here. You can select the applicable tax rate for that item and then click the checkbox. So just to recap, in order to set up your billing rates, you click on Settings and then go to Invoice and Expense Items, which brings you to this screen. Here you have your item, you have the associated case service that is optional. The invoice item rate is the amount that you're going to bill the client as a default. The expense item rate is the amount that you're going to pay an investigator or staff to perform that particular item or service. Here on the right, you can edit the item. If you want to set up different rates for different clients, you click on the client, click on Client List, select the $ icon, and you're able to edit the rate and the tax rate for that client. An important thing to remember, if anything is empty in a client's rate profile, that will default to the invoice item rate on the invoice and expense form. It's very important that you complete this step early on as you're beginning to use Crosstracks so that all your billing items and invoices going forward will be accurate and according to the rates for your company and for your individual clients.